Hello, very good morning to all of you. So I think all of you are safe and sound at your home. So let us start our new discussion in asymmetric synthesis. Up to this we have completed the Felkinen model and Cramp's rule. Okay, in case of diastereoselective reactions of chiral aldehydes and ketones, that is chiral carbonyl compounds. Now today we are going to see some stereoselective reactions of alkenes. Stereoselective reactions of alkenes, and these alkenes, no doubt, as we are studying asymmetric synthesis or stereochemistry, so these are chiral alkenes. The alkenes are having alpha carbon atom which is chiral in nature. Okay. So before going to start the Hooke model, let us consider first of all the stable and unstable or more stable and less stable conformations of these chiral alkenes. As we have seen before starting the Felkinen model, we have considered the more stable and less stable conformations of these chiral carbonyl compounds. In the similar way, we have to consider here the stable and less stable conformations of chiral alkenes. So this is, I have taken this example, CH2 double bond CH, CH dimethyl. So this carbon atom is alpha carbon atom which is chiral carbon atom. Okay. So sorry, this is not chiral carbon atom actually. Let us see whatever it may be. If it is methyl, instead of methyl, if it is any group, any other group is present, then in that case only it is chiral carbon atom. But for understanding, let us consider this example in which if it is methyl, instead of methyl, if it is ethyl or any other group is present, then it will be chiral. But let us take this example. Now if we write these conformations of this alkene, then it will be, this is terminal carbon double terminal alkene, so CH2 group is there, carbon double bond, this is hydrogen here, and next carbon atom is sp3 hybridized, okay, saturated one, and it has two methyl groups and one proton. Okay, so as this is a carbon single bond, so the rotation across this carbon single bond is possible. So these two methyl and this hydrogen atoms can orient in such a way that they will possess or they will experience less steric interactions. Okay, so that's why we have written here such conformations which is this hydrogen and this carbon double bond, they are eclipsing this hydrogen on the alpha carbon atom and this carbon double bond, they are eclipsing, as well as the proton attached to sp2 carbon, that is alkenic carbon, and this proton, alpha proton, they are also having very close proximity. Okay, so that's why as both are protons, the size of two protons is very less, hence these molecules is experiencing low steric interactions. This molecule is experiencing low steric interactions, and hence it is stable conformation of this molecule. Because if we convert this molecule by rotation of this carbon single bond by an angle of 120 degree, then you will find out this could be possible. So this methyl group will come here, hydrogen will come here, and this methyl group will come here. Okay, in this case this hydrogen and this methyl group on the alpha carbon atom, they are now close to each other, and that's why as the size of methyl group is larger as compared to this proton, so this molecule, this conformation will experience more steric interactions, more steric hindrance. Okay, and that's why it requires more energy, and as we know that energy is inversely proportional to stability, more energy requirement is more, so it is less stable. Okay, so due to these interactions, this conformation will less stable, and this will be more stable. So that's why equilibrium will get shifted towards the left hand side. So this equilibrium will get shifted towards the left hand side, and very small amount of proportion of this molecule will be existing in this less stable conformation. Now let us see the second example, in which we have replaced these two protons. Here 2 protons are present. This is a terminal alkene. I replaced this one of the proton by a methyl group, and remaining substituents I kept as it is. So methyl, methyl and proton here, methyl, methyl and proton here. Okay, but I just replaced this proton by a methyl group. Now in this case, what is the situation? Okay, so again I am writing this alkene, given alkene molecule in a conformation like this. So okay, this is a proton, this is a methyl group, alpha carbon atom which is having 1 proton and 2 methyl groups. Okay, so in this case this one be more stable conformation, because here the carbon carbon double bond and this hydrogen is eclipsing, and this methyl is in close proximity with this alpha proton. Okay, and this is methyl and this is hydrogen. So okay, no doubt it is experiencing some steric interactions, but as compared to this one, this conformation will be more stable, because one is methyl and one is hydrogen. Now let us see, if I rotate this carbon carbon single bond by an angle of 120 degree, what will happen? Instead of this hydrogen, the methyl group will come here, okay, and hydrogen will go here. Again in this case, this carbon carbon double bond is eclipsing with this methyl group, and along with that these two methyl groups are in close proximity with each other. So that's why they will experience more steric repulsion, more steric interactions. Hence this conformation of this alkene will be less stable, and this will be more stable. Okay, because here methyl hydrogen and here methyl methyl, so two bulkier groups are in close proximity to each other. So that's why this will be more stable. Okay, so in this way we can determine the less stable and more stable conformations of that alkene, and then we can use that Hauck model for the reactions of that alkenes. Okay. Now consider the reactions of such alkenes. While applying these models, first of all we have to write these molecules, these given molecules, in their stable conformation. Just like we have applying Feldkinen model. Before applying Feldkinen model, we are drawing the more stable conformations of that given chiral carbon compound, and then we are applying Feldkinen model. Okay, so in this case we are going to see the same sequence, that is try to write the stable conformation of alkene and then try to apply the Hauck model. Okay, now consider one reaction here. In this case, carbon carbon double bond, this is chiral aldehyde, Si-Me2PH, and this is methyl. Okay, so this is cis alkene. So substituents of these carbon carbon double bonds are in such a way that they can be said that this small alkene is cis. So both groups are on the same side and the hydrogens are on the same side to this carbon carbon double bond. Okay, so when this so when we try to write the stable conformation of this alkene, then we can write here, this is hydrogen, this is methyl, and this side, this carbon carbon single bond. Okay, now this is Si-Me2PH. Okay, so this group is very bulkier, this methyl group is there and one proton is there. Okay, so I am trying to draw such conformations that this methyl will be in close proximity, closer to this proton. Okay, and this Si-Me2PH and methyl group will be away from this methyl group, Si-Me2PH. Okay, so this conformation will be stable one. stable conformation. This methyl and hydrogen are in close proximity. If I rotate this carbon-carbon single bond and keep this larger bulkier groups and this methyl group closer to this methyl group, then it will be giving more steric interactions and it will be less stable. Okay. Now, as this is more stable conformations and this side of carbon-carbon double bond is sterically less hindered because a very bulkier group is present. Okay, if I write these groups, their complete bonding with this silicon, then it will be like this. Okay, methyl, methyl. Okay, so top face of this carbon-carbon double bond is get blocked due to this bulkier substituents present on this silicon, and hence the incoming electrophile will attack from the bottom side. Now, if I do epoxidation reaction of this alkene by using MCPBA, so MCPBA is the reagent known as metachloroperbenzoic acid. COOH. This is metachloroperbenzoic acid. This is the reagent, and this reagent is very useful reagent for the epoxidation reactions of alkenes. Okay, so top face of this alkene is get blocked, and that's why epoxidation will take place, or the incoming electrophile will come from the bottom face of this carbon-carbon double bond. So MCPBA will approach to this carbon-carbon double bond from the bottom face, or the lower face. Okay, and you will get this molecule H methyl carbon-carbon double bond, no, this epoxide. Okay, and here chiral SiMe2PH and here methyl. Okay, so this will be product. So how will you write the stereochemistry of this product? It will be like this. So as it is below the plane from the bottom face, so it will be like this: methyl, oxygen is, this 3-membered ring is from the below the plane, and this alpha carbon atom is having this silicon is from top face Me2PH, and there is methyl group here. Okay. So this will be the stereochemistry of the final product that will be formed after reaction of this chiral alkene with this MCPBA, that is epoxidizing agent. Okay, so this is the reaction of chiral alkenes with electrophilic reagent, that is MCPBA. Okay, so this will be the, I have just write this product in a simple manner, but to show the stereochemistry, this will be the stereochemistry. How will you determine this? Because this top side is blocked by this bulkier group, and hence MCPBA will approach from the bottom face. So that's why resulting epoxide will be coming from the bottom side. So that's why this epoxide is a alpha in nature, and hence this silicon and this incoming epoxide, they are anti to each other. So this is clearly indicating that they are anti to each other. Okay, so this is the example. Now let us see. So what is the use of Hooke model here? Hooke suggested that when I have written this is stable conformation, if this is not possible, that is silicon will come in proximity to this methyl, this is not possible at all, but there is a possibility of this methyl to come here, and the conformation will be like this: H methyl carbon-carbon double bond, here alpha carbon atom, then here methyl, and here SiMe2PH, and here hydrogen. Okay, so by simple rotation of this bond it will be possible, but the Hooke model is suggesting that this conformation is highly impossible, because the two methyl groups on adjacent on 1,3 carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3 on 1,3 carbon atoms are closer to each other, so they will be creating more repulsion, more steric hindrance. So that's why this conformation, as it is impossible or it is not possible for the reason of stability, so this will be the more stable conformation and it will result in the formation of such products. No doubt other epoxide may form. Okay, so this is one of the product, and other epoxide may be formed such as Me. So this epoxide, that is epoxide 3-membered ring, it will be beta, that is above the plane. No doubt it will be formed. Okay, and in this case this chiral group will be remaining as it is. So this epoxidation, this product formation may be possible, but the proportion of forming this product is very, very high as compared to this. So they are diastereomers of each other, so that's why the diastereomeric excess of this product will be very high, or this product will be forming in higher proportion. Okay, so that is the Hoek model or reactions of chiral alkene. Now let us see another example. So by studying such reactions, you will be able to write the products of epoxidation of chiral alkenes. Next example is transalkene. In this case, we have seen the cisalkene, and now we are seeing the transalkene. So this is carbon-carbon double bond, and the substituents are trans to each other. MCPBA. Okay, so in case of transalkenes, the ratio of the two products that were obtained in the after reaction, they are not stereoselective. Okay, so they are not giving one product in more proportion. Okay, so we are getting a mixture of products and their proportion is varying. Epoxide alpha, here it is Si Me2PH, and this is methyl group. So this product is forming in 61%, whereas the beta epoxide Si Me2PH, okay, this product will be forming in 39%. Okay, so what it suggests, this bulkier group and this epoxide, they are on the opposite side. Okay, so as it is favor condition, so no doubt that's why this product is forming in 61 proportion, in major proportion. But as this is a transalkene, let us say as this is a transalkene, so the conformation that we are drawing is not eclipsing. So this methyl group is not eclipsing at all with this substituents on the alpha carbon atom. Okay, so that's why there is a possibility, equal possibility of formation of this beta epoxide, means this epoxide and this bulkier group, they are on the same side of the carbon-carbon double bond, adjacent carbon atoms. Okay, so that's why there is a still possibility of formation of such type of product. Okay, now we will explain this by using Hoek model. So this is methyl, carbon-carbon double bond, then alpha carbon atom, then there is one hydrogen atom, so hydrogen atom will come here, this Si methyl group will go on top face, MEPH, or you can write in short. Okay, and this is methyl group. So this will be the stable conformation. This will be the stable conformation. Okay, so as this methyl is trans to each other, this methyl group is trans away, anti to each other, this methyl and this group they are anti. Okay, and still the top face is having bulkier group, but there is a lot of space is available to approach this MCPB reagent from the bottom face. So that's why this incoming oxygen is coming from the bottom phase because of the less steric interactions here, okay, and we are getting this product, okay. But in case of how it will be, that product will be formed. So we are now trying to write Me, this methyl group, carbon carbon double bond, here hydrogen, here it is hydrogen, that we have to write here, both are hydrogens, okay. So less bulkier group is there, so attack is possible, okay. Then alpha carbon atom, if methyl group is here, if this rotate with this carbon carbon single bond like this, so methyl group is there, then hydrogen will come here, okay, like this go here, hydrogen will go here and silicon will go at the bottom, okay. Here in this case, though the silicon atom and the substance attached to the silicon are coming downward, but still here the hydrogen and methyl group, due to this bulkier group of this methyl group, the steric interactions are possible, and hence the chance of formation of these two products is again favorable, okay. So that's why in this case the incoming epoxide will come from the top phase, and that's why the resulting product will be like this one, okay. So I think this is the explanation of Hooke model. Let us consider the another example. The another example is showing the epoxidation of allylic alcohols. Epoxidation of allylic alcohols. Epoxidation of allylic alcohol. The reaction is like this. So this is the case, okay. So this is what? Z alkene. 1, 2. So both are same, okay. So this is Z alkene, or we can say that this is a cis alkene, cis substituted alkene. Due to this bulkier group here, we can call this alkene as a cis alkene, okay. So this is allylic alcohol, and when we do MCPBA, that is epoxidation reaction with this allylic alcohol, then the ratio of the epoxides formed by this allylic alcohol, they are in this proportion. We are getting beta epoxide, in major proportion, okay. So we are getting this beta epoxide in 95% plus alpha epoxide we are getting in only 5%. So this is the variation of the products formed by the epoxidation of this allylic alcohol, okay. So this carbon atom is also chiral center, hydroxy, methyl, proton, and this carbon carbon double bond, that is alkene, okay. So this proportion is they are forming in such proportions. So we have to show here how that product forming in, why this product is forming in major and why this is in lower proportion, okay. Now here there is a role of this oxygen atom At alpha carbon atom there is presence of this oxygen atom, and this oxygen atom is having lone pair of electron, and we are having this MCPBA reagent, that is metachloroperbenzoic acid. There is a formation of a transition state, and that transition state is favoring the formation of this product, that is beta epoxide, in higher proportion. Okay, so the transition state of the product, transition state of this product will be more stable and is forming a cyclic transition state, giving more stability. So that's why this will be major and this will be lower proportion. Okay, now this how the transition state is forming, that we are going to show here. Methyl, here methyl, then carbon carbon double bond, then here it is this hydrogen is there, and then OH, this OH alpha carbon atom, okay, which is chiral center, then methyl group, and there is hydrogen. Now we have a reagent, that is MCPBA, and it will this is aromatic ring. MCPBA is like this. I have already shown you. Aromatic ring, benzene ring is there, metachloro, then COOH, 3 oxygen atoms are there, 1 carbonyl and 2 single bonded oxygen. So it will be forming like this. So this is the transition state. This is not a that product. Okay, transition state. Then O, AR, O, O, so this is the transition state. Okay, how it is possible? Let us see. CO, OH, ortho meta. So this is metachloroperbenzoic acid, COOH. Okay, and this is the case. This molecule is approaching, MCPBA is approaching to this carbon carbon double bond in this fashion, and this electrophilic oxygen, this is the electrophilic oxygen which is get approaching to this carbon carbon double bond in this fashion, and due to this formation of this cyclic transition state, we are getting this product as a major one. And you can see this hydroxy group and this carbon carbon double bond is they are on the same side of the as there is this hydrogen is forming hydrogen bond with this electrophilic oxygen. Okay, so due to the formation of hydrogen bond with this electrophilic oxygen, this indicates that this hydroxy group and this incoming oxygen from this MCPBA, they are on the same side of the carbon carbon double bond, and hence in the product you can see this oxygen bonding and this hydrogen oxygen carbon hydroxy bonding, they are on the same plane of the molecule. So that's why this product will be forming in major and this product will be forming in less proportion. So this is the explanation of Hooke model, that is reactions of chiral alkenes, and the best examples is the epoxidation reactions. Okay, so I think you got it, all these problems and the concept of Hooke model. Okay, thank you very much for watching my video. Have a nice day. Thanks a lot.